Welcome to the TED Ed Podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Oh, people, we we done had about 15 minutes of jokes, of laughing and stuff going on here. I thought Trump was the highlight of my day, but shit, daggone, I can't win for losing. Messing with my people, trying to help them. You can't help them. They be hard help. I can't even. I'm trying my best to help, but they just won't let me. They won't pay their rent. I provide a nice house for them. They can't even pay their rent. So I don't know. I'll make it. I guess I'll make it. I don't know. I guess I'll make it. Tell you what you got going, man. Shoot.
Well,
I'm tired.
today I was going through one of my pages, and this guy on his page said, I am so glad that we're going to be able to follow the money. And I said to myself, did you follow the money in 2001 and 2002 and 2003 and 2004 when Halliburton was taking billions and water, Blackwater was taking billions of dollars? Did you follow the money? That's what I want to know. Did you follow the money when Trump got in office? It took Obama 8 years to bring down the budget from $1 trillion to down to almost 500 billion. And then Trump took office and is right back now over $1 trillion over the budget. And when the 4 years he was in office, he brought almost $8 trillion of debt added to the national deficit. And they talking of pennies, nickels, and dimes with these poor people around the world. Pennies, nickels, and dimes. We're talking billions and trillions of dollars that these people done wasted.
And his daughter was the one that helped to build the thing back up, added some more to the budget so they can take care of more people. And now he done throwed her away. She don't know what she's talking about. Just shut the whole thing down. Save us, Lord. Save us.
I'm talking about the stuff that those people do. Now, some people get a little outrageous and they want to do a little stuff that's kind of crazy. But, that's about, and it's a lot of money, a couple of $100 million that, they blew, but they, and maybe not that much, but the bottom line is they do so much good for a lot of people out there. does a little whatever their budget is. But here's the thing, though. I was watching C-SPAN this morning. You remember I did the research on there's over 10 million nonprofit employees, NGOs, non-government organizations, nonprofit. There are over 1 million nonprofit organizations in this country. And a lot of them are overseas. They work overseas. They get government grants, government loans, government funding, and then they also solicit. And they do, some of them, not all of them, some of them do really, really good work. Some of them are just paper shufflers, or they might be representing people as lawyers and, pro bono. But the bottom line is that these nonprofits have taken in $1.5 to $2.5 trillion a year. So when these people start cutting, because most of the people in government, all they do is do the paperwork and have them do reports so that they can identify who's got what and what have you, and who gets a check and all that. They deal with each department, like each agency, and they're over that, and they're making sure that particular work is being done and verified. That's why they're there, to verify the work. But the workers are out there in the nonprofit organization because the government outsources everything. Blackwater, Halliburton, they outsource everything, and you can go on and on. It's 100 different companies that's getting money from the government. I ain't talking about no few $1,000, a few $1 million. We're talking billions. So when you're talking about the money, follow the money. That's how you follow the money. And then when you look at these salaries that these people get, that the money that they send it to, some of them people getting $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $1 million a year from the government to pay their salary. One CEO can get $1 million+ or more. So they messing around with pennies, nickels, and dimes, and they hollering and screaming. That's what I can't get. The Congress is so hot and bothered about the U.S. aids, and that's rightfully so. But you should have been hot and bothered a long time ago. Where was the hot and bothered about redevelopment of the urban areas? I'm going to say this. Think about this. See, I'm old, so therefore I've been around a long time. And I'm very fortunate enough that I was living in Hopkins in 1968, 67. That's when all the riots was going on. And if you don't know what Hopkins Park or Pembroke Township in Illinois is an all-Black community, 99.9 Black community. Don't even barely have 5,000 people in the whole area. And so we would have to get a job if we were going to work in Kankakee, or you had to work in the fields and that kind of thing. So when I was 19, 20, I went up to Chicago to visit my grandmother because she lived there. She had a big Courtway building. And when I was going down Cottage Grove. It was like a war zone, bro. It was a war zone. Buildings were torn down. All kind of craziness. People just destroyed businesses and everything. I go back there, and after I graduate from college, no changes, no developments, no nothing. It's crazy. But nobody seems to care. But they're giving, and nothing wrong with giving money out to people in other countries and what have you. I'm not dogging that, because a lot of poor, undeveloped countries that's out there. But the point is that the urban people in these urban areas should deserve better treatment. And you ain't seen nothing yet. Now you're talking public schools is getting ready to shut it down. They're going to shut these public schools down. And if you don't get a voucher or don't qualify for a voucher, where you going to go to school? Where your kids going to go to school at? Because not in every area they have charter schools. And you can forget private schools, because even if you got a voucher, you ain't gonna have enough money to go to no private school, because those private schools cost you $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a year. So tell me, where's the justice? Where are the fairness? And the one thing that we did, Black folks, we said that rather than revolution, we decided to go with education. And we have a number of people that got college degrees, master's degrees, PhDs, all of that. And now they're talking about getting rid of DEI. So you have all these educated people who happen to be Black, more qualified. So I'm suggesting that, hey, you need to look up these people and expose them. You know, they got a high school degree and no experience. Expose them. Every corporation, every whatever it is, company, somebody needs to expose these people. They talking about they so qualified, they want the best based on merit and all that. Expose these people. I'm telling you, that's what they need to do. You ain't got to do it to yourself, but you know, you have other people do it and just expose these people and complain. Sucker got a high school degree and he got a doggone management job. Don't know what the heck he doing, or she.
Well, let's take a walk back, Ted. Take a walk back, a few years anyway. We're going to walk back into the 1990s. Clinton became president, did 2 terms. Democrat. Republicans beat the hell out of him so bad about balancing that budget and keeping that thing up, keeping the budget in line. Newt Gingrich came forth with a contract for America, dogged him out, made him get rid of most of the welfare programs out there. You remember that? I do. Took them welfares and throw people off of welfare, did everything he could, put them back to work, and because they couldn't let these people have that. But they had to balance that budget. Last time the budget had been balanced, Bill Clinton did it. Up comes Bush 2.
W.
He wasn't in office 1 year. Started the war in Iraq because he
Yep.
said there was weapons of mass destruction.
Yes.
Weapons of mass destruction. It's just the year 2025, 20-some years later, and we still ain't saw those weapons of mass destruction.
Not one time.
We haven't saw not one. Killed that boy, the president of it, drove him into a hole in the ground and killed him. And proceeded to go over there and send all of his boys from Texas over there who own oil wells and took the oil from Iraq.
Yes, he did.
And he got a second term out of the whole thing by swift voting a Democratic candidate.
Who
Now, most of you folks might not know
was
what
a
a swift vote is.
military.
This man was a decorated veteran, and they swift voted, told him that his military history didn't mean nothing. But Bush, he didn't even go because he had a toe problem. His toe was messed up or something. Oh my God. These Republicans, I don't know about it. Shot a hole in the debt because of that war he started over there in Iraq. We spent billions of dollars over there in Iraq.
No, trillions.
And soldiers are still feeling the effects of that Iraq war today. The veterans are still paying for those people. Still paying for those injuries. Yes, sir. Still paying for it. And then up jumped my boy B.O. But Bush decided to hand him a financial crisis that broke the backs of this country and stuff. He called him in after he won the election and he said, "I'm sorry, but we got a housing crisis going on and the country getting ready to go under."
And we got a war going on too.
He took office in 2000 with a balanced budget, and he ends it 8 years later, and we got a crisis down there that cost this country $700 billion to get the heck out of it. He a Democrat, had to come in here again and clean the mess up. Obama got his second term, realized he couldn't work with the Republicans, and he had the executive ordered him to death to try to keep the country going. And they wouldn't, we had an immigration problem back then, and they never got it solved. The Republicans did not want to solve the immigration problem. That's why you have all these folks around here and stuff who were supposed to be getting to be citizens and stuff, and Obama had to pass an executive order to allow them to stay in this country. So immigration ain't just started, people. It's been going on for a long time. So we get on, and he passes along, brought the deficit down, passed it along to Brother Donald, a Republican, and he blew that daggone deficit out of the sky. He come up and gave these rich folks a tax cut. That's the only thing he got done was the tax cut. Destroyed the country and stuff because of this pandemic hit that he couldn't handle, that he was telling people to shoot up bleach and everything. He said, put some bleach in there, that'll kill it. I said, he was our president, people. Oh my God, this too much. So up Biden.
Go ahead.
Up jumped Biden. He comes in, Democrat. He got to straighten this COVID crisis out. Finally got it all straightened out, giving people everything they need to get themselves back healed up again and everything. And he couldn't get no credit for it. Nobody remembered what that old boy did. He brought this country back again, just like every other Democrat brought him back. Turned around, Trump for 4 years promised that he was going to get an infrastructure plan passed. He ain't built not now bridge, not now a bridge. And like the old folks say, and it ain't bridge. He ain't a bridge. No bridge at all. But Biden comes in, gets the Infrastructure Act passed over a 1 point some trillion dollars. He went out and started redoing our roads, our bridges that were falling down and everything, and started building them things back up again. Put people back to work. Everything that they did and stuff way back when Franklin Roosevelt became president. That's for all y'all time, my time too. Man, we don't. And these Republicans fought Biden to the death to keep him from passing that daggone budget. But when the money got passed, who was the first at the trough? Every last one of them Democrats, those Republicans from these red states went down there to their trough and ate up all that money, as much money as they can get to do work in their states, in their towns, and in their cities, rebuilding their roads and everything, all that brand new bridge that connects Ohio and Indiana and Kentucky together. All Republican states. He gave them all that money to do that. And they turned around there and dogged that old boy out. He didn't do nothing. And they put Trump back in office again in 2025. And we back in the dirt again, y'all. We back there again. But it's okay now for Trump to ask these folks to eliminate the debt ceiling so he can take as much money as he wants, and they okay with that. But they couldn't get that money to Biden. He had to fight them tooth and nail for it. They didn't want to give the money to Obama. They had to fight him tooth and nail. Matter of fact, the Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell, they is old son of a gun. Now he about ready to fall apart and everything because he about ready to go. Sorry, Mitch. I can't say a whole lot about you, but you did mess up and you swore up and down when Obama won that you were going to fight him until the death, and you all did. When is this country going to learn, Ted?
Well, if I was a Democrat, let this country go. Let him do whatever the hell he want to do and destroy this country. And they need to get the word out and tell these people what is happening to them. Because you can fight and resist all you want. You can resist, but he's going to get a lot of stuff done that he wants to get done. And that's really nothing. All he wants to do is destroy this country. Anytime you're talking about firing hundreds of CIA workers, you're talking about FBI people, you're talking about now they're talking about they're probably going to be gutting the 17 agencies that protects this country and the world. Because they connect to all those 700 all those camps that they got, military camps, they have 700 of them. I don't know what to say, man. These, and I'm gonna just say it. These white folks they dumb as a rock. They dumb as a rock. They so scared that black folks is gonna move up. They use that tactic because see, one thing I see that they don't like. When you see that we done took over the track and field, we done took over basketball, we have taken over football, we have taken over of so many entertainment, our culture. And this ain't no racial thing, it's just a fact. It's a fact. We are dominant people, man, giving us the opportunity. We get the opportunity, we're going to make it better. They don't want to compete. They do not want to compete, Ed. And the ones that do compete, they do well. But they want stuff just to be handed to them. I just said it earlier, a whole 30 minutes ago. They get these people and put them in a position because it's not what you know, it's who you know. So they know so and so, so and so, and they get the job. They got a high school degree and don't have no experience, no education, no knowledge. And they tell them, fake it till you make it. And some of them do well. And, I mean, there's a lot of smart folks out there, and they might get the position, they do okay. But the bottom line is, it's not fair. But this country is not fair.
Yeah.
You can say what you want, and I'm telling you that this country is not fair. When you show when you know that that other person is better and should be in that position. Look at all the fight in the NFL when they was talking about, oh, black coaches can't coach. Black quarterbacks can't quarterback. Oh, black folks can't do this, and you don't, blah, blah, blah. They had to sit up there and have programs to move black folks to become coaches. It was so prejudiced. And it's the same thing in the corporate world. Trust me. Same thing. It's the same thing.
Well, I forgot one thing, Ted, but I have to give credit where credit due. I spoke about B.O. Barack and what he did with that housing crisis, but I forgot to tell you, and I'm pretty sure you'll remember this as soon as I say it. He had to bail out the auto industry.
Yes.
The big three automakers were going belly up, and Obama had to bail them out too at the same time he did the housing crisis. Man, you talking about creating miracles. That man
And
created
you know
some
who
miracles.
ran that? Do you remember who ran it? You know who was in charge of it? Biden.
Right. He was there with him. Both of them were there.
Biden is the one that him and Biden worked together on it, but Biden was in charge of it. He went to the General Motors and they figured it out and worked it all out. They had special loans for people.
Right. They gave them loans and stuff. And now I have to give General Motors credit. They paid them loans back.
Yes, they did.
And they turned around and they had this Fiat over there in Italy. I forget the Magaloni or wherever that man's name. They let Fiat buy Chrysler because they couldn't bail out Chrysler too at the same time, but that was too much money. And Fiat came in and bailed out Chrysler. Ford took care of themselves and stuff. All they needed was a little help, and they helped them along the line. But that man did a heck of a job, man, in them first 4 years that he was in office, I'm telling you. And he enacted, the only other president in the history of this country enacted a health care plan for, right now, over 25 million Americans are still being served by that health plan that Obama enacted and stuff during his first 4 years in office.
And you had some people that never even had health care.
Never even had health care. Everybody, not just the old folks, which is under Medicare. He did it for everybody. They had health care. They were allowed to get health care. And they was allowed to keep their children on their health care plan until they were 26 years old. Most of those kids, once they got out of school, they were offered their parents health care. They was out there, and a lot of those kids and stuff, man, couldn't get health care at all until they found a job. But their children stayed on health care. And guess what? The Republicans fought him on that. And even 2016, Trump tried to end it and lied during the during his election cycle and stuff and saying, well, he helped it out. He didn't do anything. He tried to, he improved the Affordable Care Act, and that lying little rascal sat there and right in front of our face and told us that he tried to help it out. And we saw him try to shut that daggone thing down, but he knows how to sit there in front of your face and tell a bald-faced lie and don't flinch and expect
those
you to
folks
believe
believe
it.
him.
Expect you to believe it. And there are people who believe it.
Whatever he comes out of his mouth, they believe him. We don't. We know he's lying.
We know he lying, and some of the other people know he's lying too, but they don't. It's hard for them to remember that. I did. That he sat there and told that bald-faced lie.
And if it wasn't for John McCain, they would have closed it
He'd have
down.
killed it. John McCain saved it. You have to give that old boy credit. You have to give him credit. And you also have to give him credit and stuff for being a man, because he was the one that sat there on his own thing in 2008 when he was running against Obama and everything, and had to tell the lady in his audience and stuff, wait a minute, lady, we don't do this. We don't denigrate people and stuff and say things about them that you don't know anything about. And they put it on national television. He did it. Told his people, no, we are not going to lie. During the election.
Well, the two things that to me, and I'm not saying nothing about John McCain that's not true. He was a warmonger, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He would always say, bomb, 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 what? Iran. Bomb, bomb. He would make a joke out of it. Every time he go around, he'd be saying, bomb, 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 Iran. And another thing, too, he was a big opponent of the F-35. You know what the F-35 is?
That's a jet plane.
It's a jet plane that American taxpayers have paid over almost $2 trillion to get that thing going. And they're still working on it. They've been working on it for 15, 20 years. Somebody made a lot of money.
A whole lot of money. A whole lot of money. They've been living off of that project for a long, long time. Matter of fact, they might be able to raise their grandchildren off that money.
Oh, yeah. And you want to know where the money went. That's where a lot of the money went. You took $8 trillion for those two wars, Afghanistan and not Ukraine, but what's the other one? Iraq.
Iraq.
And we ain't even talking about all the money you spent trying to get our soldiers together. I mean, the United States couldn't even handle all the soldiers that were messed up in the Veterans Affairs thing. They had to revamp that. That had to be revamped. More doctors and everything. Now they're talking about cutting all of that.
They don't care nothing about, all they care about their money, Ted. You know that. They care about putting that money in their pocket, keeping that money in their pocket.
And now you got somebody coming in here gutting everything that these professional civil service people, a lot of them do very excellent work. And you're going to always have a few people, because we already know in business, they always say 20% of the people is the one that's going to produce the most money. And that's the same thing when it comes to work. 20% of the people are going to do most of the work. But the bottom line is everybody contributes. Might not be as excellent as that 20%, but they're contributing. I feel for him, bro. I feel for him. I feel for him real bad. Because when you got those professional people, some of them got PhDs, they know how to deal with these foreigners, they know how to deal with all kind of issues that's going on in this country. You got doctors, lawyers, all of that working for this country, trying to make it better and doing good work. And I can almost believe this, is that a lot of them thought they was doing God's work, and really they were. they was doing God's work because they helping so many people.
We are going to be okay, Ted. We're going to be okay. Some kind of way we're going to make it through this. Now, I don't know how many of you guys out there who listen to this man, right? During the election, he said, yeah, the food price is too high, and said he's gonna get it back down. As soon as he take office, the food price is gonna come back down, and he swore up and down, and they got video of it, and the man said that the day that he become inaugurated, that he was gonna stop that war over there in Ukraine. It's gonna be stopped. We're gonna stop that war in Ukraine. It's still going on, people. It's February. It's still going on. It's February. And food ain't went down. It went higher. He said he gonna bring them egg prices down. He said, "Oh, Biden created that egg crisis, so they went up because the bird flu. So he created it. I don't know how Biden can sit down there and create a virus called bird flu, but he said he did. And anyway, he said that he was going to bring the egg prices down. He's going to put them eggs right back on the shelf.
Have you heard him talk about it
They're
at
full
all?
of bird flu, and then he turned around there and trying to and cut everybody in the food administration who's supposed to be finding out if people are eating poison food. So he shut them down. So let them eat poison food. People, this
See, the thing is, what you say is, you always say this, that the government is like a big old ship.
it's a
It
big ship.
turns real slow.
It turned real slow. You
And so
can't
all
tear it
this
down.
mess that he's doing right now,
He still
nobody,
ain't.
and a
He
lot of
st-
people is not
he
feeling it yet.
still ain't turned that ship around, and he can't turn around. And that little diaper that Donald wearing some of grown folks diapers on him. I know he got a diaper. He probably up there getting ready to go to the Super Bowl now, and they probably changed his diaper at least 2, 3 times and stuff since he woke up this morning.
Hey, they got a potty porter
Yep,
in the suite.
yep. It's just a for- he said,
They got a special design potty porter
yes, sir. They got to take care of him.
in the suite.
They spent $10 million, so they got to do something so he can go to the Super Bowl. Oh man! But in his effort to dismantle all of this, you got his cowards, Republicans, who were sitting there knowing that what that man doing is wrong, but they scared. He's threatening them men, and they are scared of their job. I want to still be a politician, but you can't be a politician on a drowning ship. The ship is going down, and you still want to be a politician. You still worry about your job. That's almost like them folks on the Titanic who sit up there still playing their music in the boat full of water. Oh, this too much, man.
Think about this, Ed. You're a Republican, and you know what this man is doing is not right.
Hmm.
You know it.
You know it.
Not politically, not constitutionally.
And I don't want to say a word. They scared to open their mouth and say one word, but they can whisper it to their friends. Yeah, he wrong. He wrong. Under their breath. Don't say it too loud now, but don't tell Trump I said that. Yeah, boy, this
This
is
is
too
this
much.
is
I
insane, man.
I would have never have thought that the three branches of government that we have going on, that we only have one left that might be able to help save this country, and that's the judicial branch. I don't know if they're
And
going to be. I don't know if they're going to be able to save it, but they might be able to keep him in check for a while, so he can become frustrated because Trump. He has a modus operandi, and I guarantee you, people, just watch. Watch what's getting ready to happen. If he doesn't get his way, in the next 2 or 3 weeks, somebody's gonna get blamed for it. He gonna push Elon Musk under the bus, or somebody gonna get blamed. Trust me, he gonna blame somebody for it, cause it ain't gonna be never be his fault. No, I didn't do that. Somebody else did that. If we did, he sat up there on that stage after he told those people about going over there and displacing 2 million people, not a million, 2 million people in another country. He gonna move them out of their homes, even though they tore up, and he wants to put a Riviera over there so his friends can sit down there on the Riviera and bring their boats in the dock and everything and have a good old time. And guess what, people? He gonna use your money that he done stole. He had his old boy Mush getting ready to go in there and take that money out of the treasury, because he was getting ready to do it. He getting ready to take the money out of the treasury because he already had his Musk had his mind set on that treasury. He's gonna get that money out of there and take it and put it wherever they wanted to have it, and they're gonna put it right over there in that Riviera so all of them can make some more money.
Well, the big deal is they got to, the budget is going to be up
in March the 14th.
So that's going to be the big fight.
Well, by then, Ted, somebody's head going to fall in his administration.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Because if the courts can keep his little thing tied up where he can't bother, he can't dismantle no more of U.S. aid, he can't mess with the U.S. Treasury. They done told him everything they done took out of it, they better destroy it. And if they keep him out of that so he can't get that money, and they're going to stop him from doing some of the other stuff.
Who's taking on him?
Huh?
Now, I hear what you're saying. But let me tell you something. You know this better than I know it. They can transfer that shit, all that data, into a special, they could have transferred that to another hard drive somewhere, anywhere in the world.
If they find out that they did that, and which they will be able to find out if he did it, if he transferred some of that data and stuff and everything, the trail is there. Somebody gonna know it. They can go into their computers, but and tell you what he took out of there. It's there. Anything that you see on those computer hard drives and stuff, there's always a trail. You can recover data, and they'll be able to find out what the heck he did and stuff with those computers. Somebody gonna go in there they got some smart people down there, man. They can sit them right up in there and find out exactly what he done. Because he did not expect the judge to stop him. And the judge already didn't threaten him and told him, said, whatever you took out of there, you better destroy it. If they find out he didn't destroy it, he going to jail. Jail, because his name ain't Trump. He going to jail. And Musk ain't going to jail. He can't afford that. He ain't no citizen.
Musk will be out of America so fast, they wouldn't know what else.
Ted, that's just like being in jail. At least he can't be over here messing up anything over here in this country. Oh, man.
My last word is this.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to tell a joke.
Go ahead.
But it's not a joke.
Okay.
And I believe this was AI that did this.
Okay.
Somebody put together a video saying that the pilot was paid, the pilot that had the helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm just putting it out here. I believe it was AI. I believe that somebody put together something and said the pilot was paid $1 million to run into that plane. But he's supposed to have jumped out and he wasn't able to get out. It was too late. The reason why they wanted that plane to be crashed is because they had a special FBI agent that had accumulated some data that was going to come against the administration that he had found. I'm just saying. They put together. I should have sent it to you. I mean, it seemed like it's real, bro. I mean, the way they laid it out.
It sounds good. It sounds like it might be palatable. It sounds like it might have happened. Now, I got one, and I sent it to you on the email. I sent it to you. It's on a news program. They had a news program in Indiana, one of the Indiana TV station. And they showed this guy, the man it happened to. He said he thought one day, the man blind now, he blind, legally blind, he blind. He got a cane. He said, I'm gonna go down here and see can I get me a license to carry a gun. He went down to the license plate. He got a cane now. He walked in there, told him he wanted a gun license. And he said, I would have thought they would have known I'm blind. He walked out of the place, man, with a gun license. To shoot a gun. He can't see a lick. But he got a gun license. These folks is something else, man. He got on TV and was telling the story to the TV folks and everything. And then at the end of it, he said, you know what? I might go down there and give me a driver's license. He said, I might get it. He said, I feel like driving. I might go get me a driver's license.
Was this true?
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, Ted, I sent you the video of it. The man sitting up there at the TV station and stuff, and he told it. He said, I am blind. I'm legally blind. They gave you a gun, a license to shoot a gun, to carry a gun. He said, so I might go get me a driver's license. I feel like I might want to go out there and drive too. This is in Indiana. Oh, it's too much, man. We got too much stuff going on here. People, I'm not telling you. If you want to, I put the link on our site so you all can go see the video.
Well, mine it looked like it was AI, but
yeah, no, this man he was sitting on TV and he was talking to the guy who the reporter that he went and told the story to. Now he didn't pull out his gun permit. I didn't see that, but he sat there right there and told him they gave me a license for a gun. Oh.
What's we gonna do? I feel like Whoopi Goldberg. What's we gonna do? It's so much.
It's so much. It's so much, man. It's so much, man. Ted, I can't believe, man, that all this is happening. And this man does a news conference. And all these reporters are sitting up there and they looking at him say some of the craziest crap in the world. He said something about they had immigrants coming in this country. He said there was about 20 or 30,000 of them. And then he said there was 2 million of them. And then he dropped it back down. And they sat there and listened to him. And didn't nobody say, Mr. President, that's a damn lie. What are you talking about? They didn't say nothing about it. They said they're just eating it up. He said it. I can't believe, man, that these people out here would waste their time and their newspapers or wherever they come from time listening to this crap and reporting on it and think it's all right. And watch the man sit there and they know he lying. It's too much. We ain't got to fact check him because he ain't got to be fact checked. Listen to him. He lying. Oh man, this is too much. I'm telling you, I can't. I just can't get it, man. I'm just sitting up here. Sometimes I just laugh about it, and most of the time I'm laughing because I want to sit here and cry. People, I just want to cry. But you gotta laugh. You really do because it ain't humorous, but you gotta laugh to keep from crying. It's too much, and it's a horrible shame, Ted, that we can sit here just like you just said, man. Let it go. Let the country go down. Well, it's going down, but I just can't sit back and just watch this daggone thing happen. I got to figure out some kind of way to get through this. Some kind of way we're gonna be able to find some way to get through this mess here because it's just too much.
We don't have an Obama. We don't have an Obama, bro.
Well, there might be one. That might be one sitting back in the shadows, and he just ain't came out yet. He or she, because it might not be a man. It could be a woman. They might want to be able to now decide to put a woman in charge because I'm pretty sure a lot of those daggone folks, them Palestinians and them El Salvadorians and them other folks over down there in Miami and in Florida and stuff who voted for him might decide that they want to, if they can get through this, they can. We need to put somebody else in office. Too much. Anyway, that's about it, people. We got the Super Bowl is going on today. Our president gonna be down there, and they did put those signs and stuff, Ted, in the end zone.
They left it there.
They put one of us that they showed one of them on YouTube that they stuck it in the end zone about racism. They put it in the end zone and they commented about it, said, well, the National Football League and stuff slipped one in on us. They put it in the end zone. They showed the picture of it. I don't know what the heck gonna happen about it, but another one of the boys lies. He says that one of our senators, Tommy Tuberville, the famous Tommy Tuberville, who the stupidest daggone senator that Alabama ever put out there. I don't know how he won in any football game. But Tommy Tuberville was the coach for Patrick Mahomes. He said it with a straight face.
Yes, he did.
And asked Tommy, how you like that? Yeah, ain't that right?
He can't correct them right there in
So the
front of
news
folks' face.
people, the news people decided that Patrick, when he was doing his Super Bowl interviewing during the week, do you know Tommy Tuberville? He said, I have no idea who he is. I don't know who he is, where he came from, and he ain't never been my coach, and he ain't never tried to recruit me. Lied with a straight face, Ted. Didn't crack a smile. He lied with a straight face. Sit there, looked at him. People were sitting there looking at him. And I know some of them people had to know that he was telling a lie. Anyway, Ted, Super Bowl's coming here. You want to make any predictions here, young man, before 8 o'clock tonight, or 10 o'clock, or what? You got a favorite
I'm
here?
gonna tell you right now, I'm not betting against Patrick Mahomes.
You ain't betting against Patrick. So you got Patrick or what?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a football connoisseur.
Oh, okay.
You're the connoisseur.
Well, that boy scares me. I'm telling you, he scares the crap out of me. But the last time that Philly paid him, they came within a hair of a chin of beating him. I mean, a hair of a chin in beating him. Now, if Jalen plays like he played against the Commanders, they're going to win. But you don't know what kind of game that boy going to have. They got a good defense. Philly got a good defense and everything, but I don't know, man. At this point in time, it's hard to bet against Kansas City coach, and Patrick. And I'm pretty sure that old boy got a damn good game plan underneath his vest. And for all you people who are not football buffs, the Eagles fired that man and he went to Kansas City. So he's coached both those teams that are out in that field tonight. He's been the coach. Kansas, Philadelphia fired him, and he immediately went to Kansas City and made them a winner. Hell of a coach. I don't know how he does it, but he can take anything, man, and make something out of it. He's an offensive mind. He reminds me of Bill Walsh from the San Francisco 49ers. That daggone Bill had a hell of an offensive mind. And he had one hell of a daggone quarterback in Joe Montana. Won some Super Bowls. The other boys, he read it in that same vein. So anyway, I ain't gonna bet either, but I love my little boy Jalen, man. I've been watching him since he came a freshman in Alabama. Starting freshman in Alabama. I remember his first game he played at Alabama he played against USC. And they put him out there after the other quarterback, the white boy, got scared and couldn't do nothing. So they stuck that boy out there and said, we're going to see what he's going to do. And guess what happened? First play of the game, he fumbled the ball, and USC got it. After that, it's all history. He killed USC that game. I remember it. Matter of fact, I still got that game and stuff on my computer. So I've been following him through Alabama, Oklahoma, and now to the Philadelphia Eagles. So he's my little man. So I hope that he can pull this one out.
So you pull it for the
But I can't. I won't put a dime against Patrick. I will not put a dime against that boy. He's dangerous. They're gonna have to knock him out. They're gonna have to knock him out here to make him cripple him up with something, break his finger, and then he still might come back out there and play. Oh, anyway, people, y'all have a good Super Bowl evening, and everybody have a nice time, and don't drink too much. Get up tomorrow because you got to go to work. Tomorrow's a work day, and I'm pretty sure no matter what the heck happens, somebody that's going to be on TV. They're going to be on The View. They're going to be on CBS Morning Show. They're going to be on NBC Morning Show. Somebody going to be on there. We don't know who it's going to be, but whoever is the winner is going to be on them shows, on the morning shows. They're going to have them there, and they're going to be celebrating. And if Philly win, they're going to tear that town up. They're going to tear that town down. It's coming down. Yeah, whoever is the mayor there, you better get ready. If Philly wins, it's going to be a mess around there. You might well send your police home because they might get hurt. The city of brotherly love. Okay, we all done, people. Ted, you got anything else you want to say?
I'm good.
Bye, people.